What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. What a day. Monster day. Get ready for more of this. This is exactly the type of action that I've been telling you for the last couple of weeks that I expect in 2022. It is the reason why I expect 2022 to be a record-breaking banner year for myself and the THD family. Folks, my name is Michael Edward, former award-winning hedge fund trader, now the current head trader at True Trading Group. For those that do not know, TTG is the fastest-growing, highest-rated premium online trading educational platform that is available to the retail trader today. We've got one simple goal. That's to help you to learn, trade, and profit. Results matter at True Trading Group. Your success matters. It's not just broken promises and empty words. Your results matter. Guys, if you are new to the channel, make sure you like and share this video. But more importantly, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. 6 nights a week, Sunday through Friday, we go live right here for free with myself, other TC Pro Trader moderators, and special guests. We'll drop golden nuggets and provide you with free lessons that are going to help you guys become better traders and investors immediately. But why should you listen to any of the stuff we cover on these live streams? I didn't figure this stuff out on my own in my mother's basement. I began my career working for a hedge fund in New York City, my very first job right out of college. That is where I learned how to trade, folks. Didn't figure it out on my own, was taught by other professional traders on Wall Street. Then 2008 happened, and that was the stock market crash, the recession, the housing market crisis. But during that same year, I went on to receive one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Now, aside from that, even more importantly, since 2016, my team and I at True Trading Group have helped literally thousands of retail traders from all over the world, from all walks of life, achieve peace of mind by getting financial freedom, by learning how to trade stocks, options, and crypto. At True Trading Group, we are going to teach you how to fish. We help you teach you how to stand on your own 2 feet, how to become a self-sufficient trader. All right. Regardless of what I've read about online, trading is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not gambling. It's a skill. It's a skill that needs to be learned properly like any other, especially since this is a skill that can potentially help you guys attain financial goals you never thought were possible. Guys, tonight's live stream is going to be a good one. A crazy day in the markets today. Big-time sell-off in the SPY, big-time sell-off in NASDAQ and tech, and we capped it off with a 194% gain on SPY put options. I will walk you through that entire trade setup. I will go over with you why the markets crashed today. It was all thanks to the Fed minutes. What are the Fed minutes? What are the Fed minutes? Why are they important? What was in those Fed minutes today that caused the markets to crash? Now, does this mean, is this what 2022 is going to be like? Is this the start of a much bigger crash? Or is this the very first pullback of the year that is going to get bought up like every other pullback did last year? We're going to go over that. We're going to discuss it all right here today on this live stream, okay? But first, we're going to do a Q&A session. I'm going to give some time for people to log on. My business partner, co-founder, Adam, will be coming on the stream with me. We're going to go over this little Q&A, and then after the Q&A, we give time for people to come jump on. I'm going to go over with you guys the discount and incentives that we have for those that are interested in joining the THD platform today. The holiday sale is over, but don't worry about it. We got a really fantastic deal and offer for those that are interested in joining. You're definitely going to want to hear what we've got in store for you guys here today. And then, like I said, we're going to get into the 194% gain. I'm still in these. I'm not going to tell you what they are. I'm not going to tell you what the trade is yet, but I'm still in a piece of the position. It's a small piece. I'm still in it because I think we've got more room left on this trade. It's already a huge trade, though. Bulk of the position is officially off the table. Best take profit today, 194%, still in some. So we're going to recap that. I'll tell you what happened in the Fed minutes. Why did the markets crash? And what does this mean now going forward? I'll talk to you guys all about that later on the live. And then at the end, for those interested, I'll show you the THD platform. It's a platform. All right, we are not just a chat room with trade alerts. TTG is a platform that was designed specifically to empower and educate the retail trader. Okay, that is specifically what the platform is designed to do, right? Give you guys professional education, but also access to the same tools and resources that professional traders use. So I'll show you the platform at the end of the live. But we have a lot to go over here today. Okay, a lot to go over. It's just the start of the market crash of 2022. What happened with the Fed minutes? What does it mean for us going forward and our ability to make money? Okay, so that's what we're going to do right now. Start typing questions in chat. We're going to begin the Q&A. We're going to give some time for people to log on. Like I said, they're going to dive in. So start typing your questions in chat right now. Guys, don't be shy. Don't be embarrassed. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Okay, I've been doing this now going on 17 years, but I also had a day one, and I also asked a ridiculous amount of questions along the way. Asking questions is how you learn, so don't be embarrassed. Start typing your questions in chat right now, folks, and let's start that Q&A.
Nope.
What's up, Adam? How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. I got a present for you.
You got a present for me?
I do have a present for you. Now, I'm going to put the video on. When I tell you, I need you to scream boom as loud as you can.
Me?
Yes, you.
Oh, okay. You're going to play a video? Okay. All right.
I'm going to do a video.
Okay.
But when I tell you to, I need you to say boom as loud as you can.
Oh, you're going to tell me when to say boom?
Yes. You
Okay.
ready?
All right.
Wait, nope. Hang on. Let's see. Let's get rid of it for a second. Nope. Hang on. I promise you it's going to be worth it.
All right. I mean, you're really hyping this up, so
It's going to be good.
all right.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
New visitor.
All right. Can you do it right now?
Boom! That's the video. That was it.
That was it.
Oh, come on. That was. All right. All right.
That was it. That was it. Mike, there are 1,363
big day today. Really big day today.
people on this live stream right now.
Yeah. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everyone that's joining us in the live stream today. We got a lot to go over here today. I'm excited, guys. A big sell-off today in the overall markets. This is what I've been talking to you guys about for the last couple of weeks. I told you for the last couple of weeks, if you've been following my live streams, I told you that this is going to be the year of the active trader, short one day, long the next. Get ready for volatility. All right, rising rates, a hawkish tightening Fed. I mean, this is something that we've been talking about now for weeks on this YouTube channel. So for those of you that have been following, congrats. And just my teaching members that caught the SPY trade today, just congratulations. But there's so much more to go on. There's so much more to discuss kind of under the surface here. And I'm excited to have a lot of new faces on here. A lot of people are interested, want to know what's going on. And I'm happy to go through and answer a lot of people's questions before I cover all that information. So guys, type your questions in chat. Adam will pick some, throw them up on the screen, and then we'll go from there.
All right. So here's a question that I saw come across chat. When the market kind of does what it did today, right, which was kind of just, kind of go down and sell off a bit. How can you, I saw the question in chat, right? How can you give advice or predict something when something like this happens? What do you do to accurately, or what do you look for to accurately give information when this kind of, hawkish surprise kind of comes to be?
Well, today's trade is, see, the difference is, and a lot of members were actually talking about this today in chat. Today's trade is really a professional level trade in the sense that, I was on the microphone talking to members before the Fed minutes came out. And I was explaining to members before the Fed minutes came out about wanting to get put options, about, maybe if there's a surprise in these Fed minutes, something that's going to rattle the markets. And having a bit more of a macro viewpoint and a macro understanding of the Fed minutes and what goes on in the overall markets and what causes strength and what causes weakness is what's going to allow you to profit from trades like this. Because it's one thing for you to just look at a chart and say, hey, look, this is a bull flag. Let me buy it because it's a bull flag. That's one thing. But having the understanding and the education of knowing what is moving the market. Okay, is it COVID headlines? Is it inflation? Is it rising interest rates from the Federal Reserve? Is it rising treasury yields? What is the reason why the markets are moving? That understanding at a more of a macro scale is something that you guys will learn as a member of True Trading Group, because I talk you through and always make sure that the teaching fam are always well aware of what's going on big picture. Big picture is going to help you, especially when you're going to trade overall markets, when you're going to trade large cap stocks. Small caps, not as important if you're trading small caps, because small caps are not really affected. These $3, $4, $5, $1 stocks, they're not really affected when you guys are talking about overall markets and a bigger macro view. But that understanding of, okay, what's going to happen in the Fed with these Fed minutes? What could they say that would be bearish? What would they say that would be bullish? Having that understanding is what's going to allow you to profit from this type of activity, because as soon as those Fed minutes came out, now I was already in a tier 1 position. So I had a piece of put options on the SPY before the Fed minutes came out. And then once the Fed minutes were released, I'm looking for something hawkish. And right away, using the tool that we have in True Trading Group, we have the live Benzinga newsfeed that comes with the Squawk feature. The squawk feature is very important because that squawk feature called out, okay, headlines from the minutes before they were even reported on CNBC. See, we got the news on the squawk feature from Benzinga that's in our chat room. We got that news like 30 to 45 seconds before they even reported it on CNBC. Now, that right there allowed me to add to my put option position before the market started this rollover. And I got up into a full-size position on SPY put options because the Federal Reserve said that they were going to actually be aggressive with the balance sheet runoff. Now, I'm going to talk to you guys about the balance sheet runoff later on in this live stream. I don't want to get into too much of this now because I'm going to cover all this in great detail for you. What does the balance sheet runoff even mean? And why is that something that the markets are not going to like? I'll talk to you guys about that a little bit later on the live. But that's the type of stuff and that type of understanding is what will give you this type of insight for you to say, hey, okay, it's time to buy SPY put options. Let's ride this thing to the downside. Because it was something the markets were not expecting. And it proved today, okay, the Fed showed you today they're a lot more hawkish than people thought. And that's why the markets went down as much as they did today. $75% gain on the SPY today while at the job. Boom. Yes.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, today we were going to do a live stream, you know, because the market was pretty boring earlier today, right?
Yeah, it was a slow start because, you know, they had the Fed minutes linger. Everybody was waiting for these Fed minutes.
Yeah, but even before that, I mean, this was totally unexpected today. This was a big surprise.
Well, no, everybody knew the Fed minutes were coming out.
No, I know. What I'm saying is that what was in there was kind of a surprise.
Yes.
Right. So what I'm saying is that before that, we were actually going to do a stream on today on, you know, how to trade with a full-time job and grow a small account. And then we switched it mid thing. So that's great to see that, you know, 75% while on the job is absolutely huge. Right. So it is possible to trade with a full-time job.
Yep. Absolutely. We actually had a member today. We had a member today who is actually, I don't know if they're on the live stream. I doubt they're on the live stream because they're on vacation skiing in Colorado. So I doubt they're on the live stream right now, but they actually had sent me a message earlier about that they made enough money on the SPY trade today to pay for their entire vacation, that they made the money while they were actually on the mountain. Thanks to the mobile app and the alerts that they get through the mobile app.
Yep.
I thought that was awesome. I thought that was so awesome. I'm jealous.
Here's a comment from Purple Cobra. Maybe you can help out a bit, Mike. You know, psychology is a huge part of trading.
Yeah.
And this is right in line with that. If you can, you know, address it, I'll read it out loud. Purple Cobra says, I'm so sick of not acting on my gut feeling. For some reason, I'm scared to act on it now, but it is always right. I missed out on so much today because of it and being distracted. Okay.
So what I see most often, traders that don't trust themselves, because that's what this is. This is Purple Cobra. This is a trust issue, which stems from a confidence issue. You're not confident in your own ability. You're not confident in your own analysis. So therefore you hesitate pulling the trigger because you always are waiting for more confirmation, right? Traders that have low levels of confidence, they have a hard time entering a trade until like all the stars align and they wait for confirmation. And even when they get confirmation, they wait for more and then they wait for more. And then before you know it, the stock's made the move that you thought it was going to make. And now you feel like you're chasing it and you end up never making the trade. It's a confidence issue. A way for you to kind of get over that confidence issue is one, trade on our simulator for a little while. The simulator on the Tichy platform is totally free. All right. You guys, you can trade stocks and options on it. Trade on the simulator for a little while, actually, so that there's no fear of you losing any money or anything like that. You can just place the trades that you want to place and actually experience what it's like to be in those winning trades and for your analysis to be correct. Getting over that hump of getting over the fear of actually pulling the trigger is important. But you've got to be in those winning trades in order to build the confidence. And I think you can do that on the simulator without any fear of losing any money but still proving to yourself that, wow, my analysis was in fact correct and I actually made this trade. And you can pat yourself on the back, and your confidence level can go from maybe on a scale of 1 to 10, currently sitting at a 1 or 2. Now all of a sudden that confidence bumps up to 5 or 6, and you've got no problem pulling the trigger and going after these trades. So that's one piece of advice that I would give you if you're really struggling with something like that. The other would be for you to maybe just, I'm not sure what kind of position size and risk that you're trading with, but try reducing that position size and that risk, just so you can get into the trade without any worry or fear of losing money. Just risk a real small amount just so you can get into the trade, just so you can get into it, right? And then just being in that trade is going to be something that will help build that confidence. And that's how you overcome that hesitation and that lack of confidence in your own analysis.
All right. Mike, I got a question for you. We talk on here about the power of options, and how you've said it before. Options are a great way to grow a small account, right?
Yeah.
Was today kind of a good example of how one can do that? And if so, how and why?
Oh my goodness. Yeah. With a small account, I mean, guys, I traded I traded options today in the SPY, $2.50, $2.60 on the option, which means you can buy one option contract for $250, $260. That's it. That's how much it would cost you. And then at my last take profit of the day was up at $7.41 when I was in at 252. And I also bought some at 269, I think, or 267. I have to check my fills. I think it was 267 or 269. But yeah, another take profit there at 741 just before the closing bell today. And I'm still in a piece of that position. The bulk of my position is already off the table though. That's good for 194% gain. Now I took profits all along the way. I took profits at like 30%, 50%, 100%, and then 194%. So I was just taking profits off all along the way. So, I mean, that's a really good example of how you could have turned a $250, $260 account instantly right away. Now all of a sudden that account's $350, $450. Just like that, maybe even 500, 600, 700. I mean, let's say you dropped it, you have one contract, so you're not going to hold all the way down to the end. You probably would have took profits off at maybe 100%. Well, there you go. Your 250 account's now 500. I mean, that's a great way for you to grow a small account versus for you to buy shares of something. Not as easy for a stock to go up 100% as it is for an option to go up 100%. So I recommend that everybody learns how to trade options. We have option courses within our platform that you guys all have access to as members. We do workshops constantly about options. We've got professional options traders that are moderators into trading group, Chris Toner, Momin. I mean, some fantastic options traders with over 20 years of experience. And I think that it's something that small accounts must learn, but also people with large accounts, you trade them too. They're just fantastic vehicles for people to take advantage of.
Yeah, but not without their risk, right? I mean, options can also be pretty risky too. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Options will provide you with higher risk, but also higher reward than trading a regular stock. Options also don't move the same as stocks. So with the stock, it's just pure price. Pure price is going to affect your P&L. Okay. With options are affected by a list of different things. You've got the pure price of the underlying stock itself. You've got the amount of time that it takes for the stock to make its move. You have how volatile the stock actually is. All of these different things are going to affect the delta, okay, the theta. All of these other terms will affect the price of your option. So they're very different from stocks. So that's why it's like you definitely want to make sure that you know what you're doing before you start trading options, because yes, they can provide you with tremendous potential gains, but they can also provide you with a lot of downside. So you got to make sure you know what you're doing and you understand the risk and you understand how to protect that risk before you start trading options on a consistent basis. Your mic's on mute, buddy.
Every time.
I know.
Next question is from Barry Del Newman, or New Delman. Sorry.
What's up, Barry? Thanks for tuning in.
Can you describe the best way to review charts based on a time frame, and which is the best time frame to use when determining an entry or exit time frame? Somewhat confused on the technical theory behind this.
Sure, that's a great question. You may be surprised at my answer. Barry, there's not one time frame that's going to be better than the other. I actually use a 4 time frame layout on one of my charts when I'm looking at entries and exits, and that's a 4 time frame layout that I'll show you guys right now. And it's a 3-minute on my top left, a 5-minute on my top right, a 15-minute on my bottom left, and a daily on my bottom right. And I think it's very, very important, and I teach members to use multiple time frame charts when they are going through their trading, because sometimes you may not see a particular setup on a 3-minute chart, but you might be able to see it on a 5 or 15. And I'll always have the daily chart, because I don't ever advise people to counter trade the trend on a daily chart intraday. What I mean by that is, if I'm looking at the daily chart and the daily chart is telling me that this stock is very, very bullish and there's tons of support here and the stock's moving higher, just because you see a brief pattern intraday that looks bearish, I'm not going to go and short that if the daily chart tells me the stock's going higher. So don't, and this is something that happens to a lot of inexperienced traders, and they end up getting involved in very poor quality trade selection, because they'll see like a bear flag intraday, but the daily chart is screaming that this stock is going higher. They'll go and they'll try to short that bear flag. The stock barely drops 50 cents and then pops up $3, $4. They get stopped out of their position. They're like, don't fight the daily chart. Use the daily chart, because this is what I do. I'll use the daily chart to say, hey, I want to be long this stock. I want to be short this stock. This stock's going higher. This stock's going lower. I get my sentiment, whether I'm bullish or bearish, from the daily chart, and then I will use 3-minute, 5-minute, 15-minute. I also sometimes will use the hourly as we get deeper into the day. When I'm looking at afternoon setups, I will use the hourly. But 3, 5, 15-minute, I'll use them intraday, but only to look for setups that coincide with the bullish or bearish sentiment that I have from looking at the daily chart. The daily chart is where you get the idea. The intraday chart is where you actually get your entries and your exits. And the 3-minute, the 5-minute, neither one is better than the other, Barry. They're all equally as important to help you identify patterns and setups and support and resistance levels. So you'll learn all of that as a member of True Trading Group. Okay, how to use all these different time frames. The thing that you guys will realize as a member, you're going to get professional level technical analysis from the curriculum that we go over with you, because you're getting a simplified version of what I received when I worked at the hedge fund in New York. So I wasn't able to touch $1 of the fund's money until I went through a 3-month training program. You're getting a simplified and expanded upon version of that. So you're going to learn how to use different time frames in conjunction with one another. You're also going to learn how to use different technical indicators in conjunction with one another to identify high probability setups. That's what trading is all about. It's not about predicting the future. It's about identifying high probability setups and putting yourself on the right side of that probability over and over again with strong risk management. That's what trading is. And that's what you guys will learn as a member of the fam.
Here's a good question. I never trade. This is from Trader AGS. I never trade the SPY. What is 1 point worth? Let's say a move between 469 and 470.
I assume this person's a futures trader by the question. I assume you trade futures. It's worth literally just $1. The SPY is just an ETF. It's an equity. It's an ETF, an equity that you can buy shares of to take advantage or short to take advantage of moves in the S&P 500. You will have far more leverage trading like in E-minis or something like that in the futures market. If you are a futures trader, you get way more leverage on the trading futures and trading futures contracts. The SPY is no different than you trading a stock. So if you had 100 shares of the SPY and it went up $1, you'd make $100. But the SPY does not have the same type of volatility for such a high priced stock being $470. It's like for me to get the position size that I would need in order to be at my risk tolerance. Like, let's say I wanted to get into a SPY trade and I wanted to risk $5,000. If that was my risk tolerance, I would have to buy literally like 4,000 shares of the SPY in order for me to get to that risk tolerance, that's going to eat up $2 million of buying power. That just doesn't make sense for me. I'd rather go and trade the option and get myself 100, 125, 150 contracts of SPY options and then gain that leverage through the option. So it's no different than a regular equity. It's a regular stock. The 1 point is worth 1 point, just like it would be in any other stock. And that's why I'm saying I assume you're a futures trader. I hope that helps answer your question.
All right. Here's a good question from Andy Donahue. Mike, how do you size your options for your given risk without knowing how much the premium will move to your stop area?
So you've got to factor in your delta and you got to factor in your theta. Your delta value will tell you how much your option will move when the underlying stock moves $1. So if you have a delta on an option contract of, let's say, 25, okay, that means that if the underlying stock moves $1, your option will move 25 cents. If you have a delta of, let's say, 50, then that means that if the underlying stock moves $1, your option will move 50 cents. Okay, so that's going to be your delta. All right. Okay, so you have that. Then when you're looking at the option, let's say if you get yourself into a stock at 100 and you say your stop loss is 98, that's $2. Okay, that's $2 of movement in the underlying stock. So what would $2 of movement in the underlying stock result in the price of your option via delta? That's one way. That's one thing that you can use to help you. The other is going to be your theta. Your theta is going to tell you how much value of your option contract is going to decay in the form of time decay throughout one given day. So you always will then look at your delta and then add a little bit of an extra buffer for the theta. Now, how much theta you account for is going to depend on what type of trade are you going after. Is this a day trade? Then you can account for far less theta if it's a day trade. But if you're going to be doing a swing trade and you're holding on to this option for, let's say, a week, then you're going to have to factor in a lot more theta because you're holding that contract for an entire week. So you'll experience more time decay. All right. So that's just kind of one thing that you can, one way for you to do it. The other way is just to set yourself, these very generic percentage risks based on expiration. That's a very, very kind of like up in the air way to do it. Sometimes I do it this way. If it's like a high conviction trade, I'm going after something. It's far less finite and there's far more variation to this. So I really would only suggest doing this if you were a little bit more of an experienced trader that really understood the risk and volatility of the option you're going after. And that is saying to yourself, listen, if I'm buying an option that expires 1 week or more, and I'm day trading it, I'm assuming that I'm probably looking at maybe a 25% risk on this trade. If I get stopped out, knowing that I'm trading this option, knowing that the time decay will be there, but not greatly because it's at least a week out and I'm day trading it. So it's not that much time for time decay. I might just assume I'm risking 20, 25% on that position and I'll position size myself for that accordingly. But that's for a little bit more advanced traders that kind of have a good idea and good feel for the volatility of the option that they're going to trade based on a lot of different factors. Like I said, your implied volatility has a big factor in that, because the more volatile the more volatile the stock is, the more volatile that option will be, and the more IV crush you could potentially have on that option as well. So definitely make sure that you guys go through the options courses, go through Chris Toner's workshops. All right. Momin and Chris Toner have conducted Option Palooza workshops. They did an entire day, literally an entire day of option training. So I highly recommend you guys go through that stuff.
Excellent. Father Guido asks a pretty good question. We talked yesterday a good amount about trading pre-market and post-market and what you look for to do that and why, that can sometimes be good and what some of the risks associated with it. So Father Guido starts out by saying, probably a dumb question, which is not true. There are no dumb questions. But can we trade SPY options 15 minutes before the bell like we can 15 minutes after?
No, not pre-market. No, you can trade them 15 minutes after the bell only.
All right. And trader AGS says, yes, Michael, I'm a futures trader, and thank you for your detailed explanation.
So, yeah, I can tell from the question that he's a futures trader.
Chad Weigel says, Mike, with all due respect, you said that you look for short/long positions depending on the daily chart. Isn't the SPY in an uptrend? Yet buying puts were the correct trade.
Yeah, the SPY is in an uptrend, yes. But the SPY trade today was not necessarily based on the chart. This is what I was talking about earlier. The SPY trade today was based on what happened with the Fed minutes, and there being a hawkish surprise from the Fed that is going to worry and scare the market. You had the gap up to the all-time high yesterday, which was unable to hold, and you get a little bit of a pullback there yesterday. Then you have the gap down today, and then you have the surprise from the Federal Reserve. Today's trade was not based as much on a chart setup as it was the macro bigger picture of a hawkish Fed. And I'm going to get into this later on the live stream. I'll tell you guys what was so hawkish about the Fed today. What did they say that made the markets go down this much? I'll explain all of that to you guys once we're done with the Q&A session.
I think this also plays into the importance of being flexible when you're trading, knowing how to read the market, how to look for outside factors such as the surprise today with the Fed, and how to remain flexible. Would you agree with that? Basically how to maneuver in any market.
Absolutely. This goes right back to what I was saying for the last 2 weeks, that it's the active trader. It's the trader that can be long one day and short the next that's going to be able to really rip this market to shreds. And I think that when the market picks a direction this year, you're going to get really good follow through. You're going to get really good follow through when the markets pick a direction this year. And you saw that. You saw that today. The markets picked a direction at 2:00 and we dropped 9 points. 9 points. So just get ready for it, guys. This is the type of action we're going to get this year. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. I expect this to be a banner year for myself and for the TTG family, because that's the type of volatility I think we're going to get throughout the whole course of the year. Because don't forget, inflation, rising rates, the Federal Reserve, that is not going away. This is not like a little headline that is like, there was a little hiccup in the markets, somebody did this, and it's just going to go away in a week. No, this is going to be the theme for the whole year. The whole year, the market's going to have to worry about inflation, rising interest rates, a balance sheet runoff. They're going to have to worry about that all year long. So I don't think this volatility is going to stop. I think it's just going to run through 2022, and I can't wait.
Excellent. All right. Speaking of the volatility that you just spoke about, right? Here's a good question. With this volatility that you're talking about, you're the active trader, all this volatility that's coming to market. Today was a prime example of that. I mean, look, so far you've been spot on. My question is, with this volatility, what advice would you give people who work full-time jobs and can't be glued to their computer every day? How can they take advantage of this like everyone else?
See, people that work full-time jobs this year, I think, are going to have, a better time, because last year's market was actually very, very, very choppy. And when you had like your big moves in the market last year occurred when the markets were like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, to the point where you were making more money on the intraday basis than you were on the swing trade basis, because you weren't getting necessarily follow through with the volatility. You got follow through in the market last year when volatility was very low. And when volatility was very low, meaning, let me just show you an example. Let me show you an example of what I'm talking about. Okay. When you got follow through, directional follow through, okay, aside from the Santa Claus rally, which was ridiculous, right? When volatility picked up, meaning the size of the candles are bigger the SPY is making bigger moves in the course of a day, you see how the markets were like down, up, down, up. Look here, bigger candles, right? Up, down, up, down, up, down. There's no follow through there. It's very choppy. So the volatility last year was very, very choppy. The low volatility is when you got follow through. But low volatility is when the candles are smaller. So smaller potential moves. Now we go back to more volatility, right? Bigger candles. Look at the bigger candles. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. No follow through on the volatility. This year, I think it's going to be the opposite of that. This year, I think you're going to actually get follow through when you get volatility. And today's day one. Now, tomorrow, let's see if there's more downside. People that work full-time jobs this year, and we're putting a major emphasis on this in True Trading Group and our platform and our training and everything like that, because I understand that there's a lot of people that were able to take advantage of the markets with us last year, but are now maybe having to go back into the office for work. And we understand that at True Trading Group. We want you guys to still feel comfortable making money in the markets. The majority of our members do work full-time jobs, and they're still very successful and they're still making very good money. Make sure first and foremost that you guys are using the mobile app. The number one thing that I can say to you is because the mobile app will allow you, and if you're not in front of your computer, through your phone, you can still see the screen share, listen to the audio analysis, but also get real-time push notifications. And getting those push notifications whenever a moderator enters or exits a trade will allow you to, from your mobile device, follow along, enter a trade, set a stop loss, and get back to work. So that my number one piece of advice for you guys that work full-time jobs is to make sure that you are using the mobile app. Okay, it is there for a reason. We spent the time and the money to develop that mobile app specifically so people that work full-time jobs can still participate in real time without delay on what's going on in the overall markets. And you'll just implement that swing trading style. If you bought put options today, folks, I mean, when my alert went out through the mobile app and you're still in them, you're literally sitting up almost 200% on that option right now. And that would have been in just a few hours. And then tomorrow, I expect a little bit more downside. I think the SPY gets down to 465, 466 tomorrow. Then you're going to get more follow through, and then you guys can take your profits off the table.
Excellent. It's pretty crazy. Here, I got a question. I saw it in chat. 1 second. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, Mike. What advice do you have for people who saw their long-term portfolios take a hit today?
My advice for people that saw their long-term portfolios take a hit today is to not be scared, to be active. Get educated so that you can profit from these down moves, because this is why active traders love down markets. Active traders like down markets because we can profit on the way down and then use that profit to then buy stocks that we really like for the long term in our long-term portfolios with the cash we just generated. We do that on the stocks that have now moved lower in price on the way down in the market pullback. You take a look at, guys, listen, stocks like AMD, NVIDIA, Apple, Microsoft, Google, these are companies. I'm just throwing a couple out there for you. These are companies that I think are phenomenal companies and should be in everybody's long-term portfolio. But a lot of people think the stocks are too high. The stocks are expensive. They want to buy them at cheaper prices, right? That's the whole point. You buy low, sell high. That's the whole point, right? But when the markets pull back like this, you want to take advantage of this volatility and profit on the way down, then take that profit and roll it right into those stocks that just fell. If you get a 25% pullback in NVIDIA and you can make, a 200% gain on SPY put options on the way down, you can take that profit and throw it into NVIDIA when the stock's down 25% and stash it in your long-term portfolio. That's what I did in March. I'll take you guys back in March during the COVID crash. I traded the TVIX and SPY options basically almost every day. God rest the TVIX soul. I miss you dearly. The TVIX is no longer around. It was delisted by Credit Suisse. It was a 3 times leverage of the VIX. It was my favorite ETF to trade when the markets got volatile. But when the markets crashed like that, we made a ridiculous gains in the month of March when the markets were crashing like this. And then what do? We took that money and just threw it right back into the market on when we bought Apple, Amazon, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, Nvidia, AMD, Square, PayPal. We bought all those stocks back in 2020. And then you'll see what all those stocks ended up doing for the following year. So like you want to profit from that down move. You don't want to just sit there and watch your 401ks and your IRAs. You don't want to just watch the values deplete by 20, 30%. You want to profit in an active account. Like I keep my active trading account is in Lightspeed. And then my long-term portfolios, that's with JP Morgan's Wealth Management, and that's with Fidelity. I don't keep those two things together. And I don't recommend anybody keeps their active trading account combined with their long-term portfolio. Keep them separate. Because if you open up your active trading account, on any given day, and you see how much money you're down on your long-term portfolio, it's going to paralyze you. You're not going to be able to, you're going to focus on what's happening during the day. You're not going to be able to take advantage of the volatility and the opportunities that are right in front of your face. You're going to be fixated on how much money you're down in your long-term portfolio. Are you plan on selling your long-term portfolio anytime soon? No, then don't look at it. Profit on the way down in your active trading account, then take that profit and roll it into your long-term portfolio.
Excellent. Here's a question. I just saw it. They're coming in so fast today.
I love it. Guys, keep asking questions. This is how you learn. I love it. It's my absolute pleasure to answer as many questions as we possibly can.
At Mike Edward, what sector do you see growth now that we know the next move of the Fed? Didn't you just put out a report for 2022?
Indeed, I did. I just
let me pull that up for people here. Go ahead. Start talking about it.
I just released on Sunday. My stock market outlook report for 2022. It's 18 pages long. And in this report, I cover with you kind of a recap on 2021, but I also give you my top sectors that I think will outperform the markets in 2022 and some stocks within those sectors that I think that you guys can take a look at for 2022. Now, this report is available to all TTG members free and all TTG trial members for free. Okay. You do not have to pay anything extra for that report. If you are a member or a trial member, you will have access to download the my Market Outlook 2022 report. All right. You guys will have access to all of that.
All right, Mike, maybe tell them about the trial.
Yeah. Guys, if you guys are interested in joining the trial, you can go to ttgthree.com, ttgthree.com. It's only $3 for the trial. We charge $3 literally just to make sure you're a real person. That's it. There's no automatic renewal or automatic upgrade. There's no reoccurring payment. It's just $3 for the full week. You guys can be part of True Trading Group for a week, see if it's for you, see if you like it, experience what it's like to be part of the family. And you'll also get that Stock Market Outlook 2022 report and a special little add-on today to start off the new year. You guys will also be able to get access to the 101 ways to invest in the metaverse. That is another report that we have issued here in True Trading Group, 101 ways to invest in the metaverse. So you guys will get access to these two reports, as well as having access to the TTG family for a full week. All right. So again, that's ttgthree.com.
Some of the other things they get access to as well is you get access to the Trade Idea Scanner, the Stock Profile Tool, unlimited analyst ratings that you can download, and you get access to Benzinga Pro's live streaming newsfeed and Squawk directly in chat every day. So great thing, $3 when the member, when that expires, you are never charged again. Your membership just simply ends. All right. You actually have to manually upgrade to an annual membership. Nothing is auto renew. So ttgthree.com. All right. Let's see what questions we got here. All right. Oh, and for those that are wondering, the report is on your member dashboard, whether you're a trial or a full member, on your member dashboard underneath announcements and schedules. All right, here we go. Here's a comment from Pranil. That is great advice. Thank you, Mike. I followed the alert on SPY put, and not having done ever before, I pulled the trigger and my gosh, it went up 300%. I have not sold any because I only used a small account.
That's great. I mean, congratulations on the 300%. That's nuts. Congratulations. Take your profits tomorrow. I'm not sure what expiration or strike price you went with, but I would, depending on what expiration date you have, tomorrow would be a great time to take some profit off the table and celebrate. That's what I'm doing. Right, I will be taking profits off the table tomorrow.
All right. Let's see. Here's a question from TTG Sunshine, an STR member. Mike, I keep my long-term and my trading account, separated accounts, at my broker platform. Would it be smarter to have the long-term at a bank with a professional manager? You do that, don't you, Mike?
I do that. I have my long-term accounts, like I said, with JP Morgan Wealth Management. I have a wealth advisor at JP Morgan. I think that it is, so let me explain to you guys. About 80 to 90% of my long-term portfolio is controlled by managers at JP Morgan Wealth Management, but I also have insight and input into that. Now I can say, hey, I don't want to do this. I want to put money here. I could do that. And then I have another portfolio. I have like six portfolios, one of which I just control completely separately by myself. Just when I, just to have where I can make my own moves on a faster basis. But I think there's something to be said in not having to necessarily worry too much about your long-term portfolio. If I had to manage my long-term portfolio and every single stock that's in there, as well as actively trade, that would be very, very, very difficult for me to actually stay focused on the active trading if I'm constantly having to maneuver and manage positions in my long-term portfolio. I'm not trying to be, a portfolio manager. I'm an active trader, and I want to take advantage of the active volatility that we have in the markets, rather than just kind of invest money and sit put for months to years at a time and make adjustments along the way. So I think there is something to be said about having a professional, manage your funds. I love companies that I really like for that. Morgan Stanley is great, but you need some pretty high investment requirements to park money with Morgan Stanley's wealth management. I think you need at least 500 grand or 250 grand for some of those accounts. There's portfolios with JP Morgan's wealth management advisory where they have 150,000 minimums, but Fidelity, Vanguard, excellent companies, in my opinion, excellent companies that don't have such high, minimum requirements. Fidelity, I think, is fantastic. Fidelity's also has a lot of different mutual funds where you guys can get good performance with lower risk. And some of Fidelity and Vanguard's mutual funds are some of the most consistent returns in the kind of out there in the money management side that you can get. They may not be the number one performing every year, but their consistency is just fantastic. I think those are great companies that you can look for some help with some active management.
Excellent. Tammy Gomez wants to know, how much is it after the trial? Tammy, we will get into that in a bit. We're going to take a couple more questions. We've been doing almost an hour of a Q&A, and then we'll get into about 15 minutes or so, 15, 20 minutes or so about the membership, and then we're going to get into everything about the SPY and what happened today and, what happens tomorrow, so on and so forth. All right? All right, let's see. Prince Gregor the Seventh. I don't know if it's the seventh. It's just Prince Gregor 7. But in my head, I hear it Prince Gregor the Seventh. Says, folks, it's a new year and time for a new do. Did I just use a haircut thing? All right. And that, my friends, is an investment in you. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that's good. Sign up for a full-time membership today and start learning to trade and profit consistently.
Prince Gregor is not a paid.
No, not at all. That's pretty good, Prince Gregor. All right. All right. Well, Mike, why don't we move on? Let's it's 35:21. Let's get into the membership for about 15, 20 minutes, and then we will dive into everything. Everyone stay where you are. You're about to witness probably the most epic infomercial you've ever seen in your whole life. Stay where you are. I promise you, for everyone that signed up last night, if you signed up last night listening to this infomercial, you freaking killed it today. So congratulations.
Exactly.
All right. Stay where you are, because we're going to get right into everything, and then we will continue to take questions as Mike is going over the SPY and other things as well to keep this interactive. Give us 15, 20 minutes. Let's pay some bills. Mike, take it away.
Sure. Guys, let me see real quick who's actually with us right now that is not a member of True Trading Group. Or maybe you guys are, or this is your first time on the live stream. If this is your first time on our live stream where you're not a member, type the number 1 in chat, please. Do me a solid. Just type the number 1. I just want to see how many people are here that are not members. All right, we got Tammy Gomez, we got Manny, Bobby Preston, Tim MCK, HM, Vidini, KC, Samuel Jones, Joshua, Sri, Chintha Lapudi, Adrian Martinez, Great Dane, and Monaco, Jose Arasso, Christian Marin, Claudia LeQuinn, Mark D'Amato, and Ray Pickett, Charles Wilkinson, Rock Block Music, Kevin Bird, Freaking the Geek, good name, Ralph One, good guy.
Do you know why Freaking the Geek is a good name?
Yeah, it's a great name.
What do you know why?
Just leave me alone, man.
You've never watched an episode of Freaks and Geeks, have you?
No.
All right.
God. I'm sure 90% of the people on here never have either. Katie, Michael, Rob Griffin, what's up? Good. Everyone that's typing the number 1 in chat. Beautiful. You guys might not realize how fortunate you are to be here right now, but trust me, stick around a little bit. You guys will soon find out. And I'm going to go over some of the membership stuff with you guys now. Bear with me 10, 15 minutes, and then I'll get into the overall markets today, the 194% gain on the SPY put option trade today, and what happened with the Federal Reserve, why so hawkish, why did the markets go down. I'll walk you through all of that in just a few minutes after I tell you guys a little bit about how to join the membership. Results matter at True Trading Group. I said this to you before, and a result can be defined as an effective consequence or an outcome of something. An effective True Trading Group, as an example, as an effective True Trading Group, you'll and taking the courses, passing the exams, using the tools, attending the study groups, joining the free workshops, you statistically fact, statistically have a good chance of making money and, more importantly, becoming a better trader. If you guys don't believe me, don't take my word for it. Listen to members. Okay, I know it doesn't mean much coming from me saying, "Oh yeah, you guys are gonna make money." It doesn't mean much coming from me, but let's actually ask members themselves, guys. Very simply, if you're a member of True Trading Group, you're making money, you're becoming a better trader. Type the number 1 in chat right now. Now, anyone that's not a member, my advice to you is to pay attention to how many number 1s you see come across this side of the screen right here, right now, because all of these number 1s, this is what results look like. All these number 1s are True Trading Group members telling you they're making money and they're becoming a better trader. If they can do it, so can you. There's no difference between them and you. They've got full-time jobs. They had small accounts. Okay. Guys, if you made money on the SPY trade today, comment in chat. Tell me how you did. I want to know how you did. How much money did you make? What percentage did you make? Whatever. If you made money on the SPY trade today, I want you guys to sound off in chat right now. Tell me how you did. If you made money on the SPY trade today, tell me how you did. Sound off in chat. So again, anyway, if you guys are not members, you saw how many people are typing the number 1. Now let's see how many people benefited from the SPY trade today. You guys can just read some of the comments that come through in chat. Jordan made $99 on a $300 account. Jacob, $2,000 profit. $500 for Steven. 149% for Dale. 60% for GE Blanco. $1,000 on puts for Rhonda. Maria said that SPY trade was insane. Mark caught over 100%, not once, but twice. Marco's still in it with me. 257% for Chris Wheeler. Diane Fig, you animal. 367% gain on $473 strikes. K-Rock, $1,000. $570 for Carolyn. Whew. 1K for B Style, 70% for Dave Wisely while working at his full-time job. I made 7 more years of a membership. I'll never complain again on your selling campaigns. Great day. See?
I know who that is. Coming from that member. You're welcome. I told you. This is the best infomercial you will ever be a part of.
I know, guys, this is it. This is all we do. It's 10, 15 minutes on a live stream. We tell you guys about the membership. If you guys want to join, fantastic, excellent. But you see the results that members have. Like I told you, results matter. Anthony Vega, my brother, $6,200 profit today. 180% for Big Buck, 300% for Bama. Just absolutely insane days today. 100%, 250%, 60%, $1,900. You guys you can read the comments or come to chat. I don't need to continue to read all these comments, but I am curious because I see a lot of people are like, $4,000, my biggest one-time profit play ever. Congratulations, Zabir, 1K a day. Your goal is 1K a day. You made 4,000 today. Congratulations on that. I'm curious though, how many of you did this while working a full-time job? If you guys are making money with your trading group while working a full-time job, type the letter I, tell me what you do for a living. Type the letter I, tell me what you did for a living, if you guys don't mind right now. Because now I'm curious to see how many people did this with a full-time job. Because there were some people that were asking about this earlier. So again, if you work a full-time job, letter I, tell me what you do for a living. All right, chemical sales, a professor, director of events, a realtor, house flipper, a baker, builds gas stations, film business, consultant, carpenter, retail stocker, auditor, house remodeling, fleet manager, MRI tech, loan officer, contractor, mechanic, housewife, software job, seafood manager, owns a medical company, geologist, auto service technician, loan officer, bartender, dry cleaners, electrician, construction, truck driver. You guys get the point, right? All these people have full-time jobs as well. And I'm just gonna keep asking questions because I think this is helpful for people that are not members. I think it's helpful to actually see responses from members themselves. How many of you have small accounts? Guys, if you started True Trading Group with less than $1,000 in your account, okay, comment in chat right now. What did you start with? If you had less than $1,000, what did you start with? And maybe tell us where you are today, if you don't mind that. Steven, $800. 100 for Diane Fig. 500 for Maria. Aleka Pi, 100. Jan G, 100. 500 for Bruce. 1,000 for Grant. 500 for Jacob. 500 for Chris. All right, so you guys will see the $150 for Corbin. All right. Wow, Ty started with $225, is now at 7,000. Jordan 29 Daniel started with $200. My boy Tony D, what's up? Salute. $5,000 on SPY puts today. Dave started with 800. Daryl, that's insane. Daryl on June 20th started with $500, is now at 90K. That's absolutely insane, Daryl. Congratulations. Those results are not typical. Congratulations, Daryl. That's absolutely
Daryl, I'd like you to send me a message at 201-775-9702. Those are some big numbers, Daryl. That's June 20th, $500 to $90,000. I'd love to know how you did that.
Yeah, those were, I mean, as amazing as that is, folks, that results are not typical, but that is absolutely amazing. Daryl, congratulations. Please send a message to Adam. Would love to hear about your journey and how you did that.
Love to hear how it is that you did that. Also look,
June 2020, not June 20th, June 2020.
Either way, I'd love to know how that was done. If you could send me a message, 201-775-9702, 201-775-9702, and then also include your email and username in chat, that would be awesome. Thank you very much.
Even so, June of 2020. That's still phenomenal, Daryl. Congratulations, my man. That really is fantastic. I'm really, really happy for you. Really proud of you. All right, so you guys get the point, right? So you can see all the members that are commenting, that are typing away here in chat. Very important you understand that our goal is to help people become consistently profitable by combining professional level education, which is what I learned when I worked at the fund. We combine that with premium tools from companies like TradingView, Benzinga, Quote Media, Trade Ideas, and more. We are a community, but we all share the same goal, and that, folks, is to learn, trade, and profit together. All right, stay right where you are. In just about 10 minutes, I'm going to cover with you what happened in the markets today, what was in the Fed minutes that caused the markets to sell off, and I'll recap for you the 194% gain on those SPY put options and walk you guys all through that in just about 10 minutes. First, let me just cover how you can join the TTG platform for those that are asking. Remember always, TTG is a platform. Okay, our goal is to level the playing field for the retail trader, and that means a continued effort from us to ensure that the TTG platform is within reach financially for most traders from all walks of life who are interested in it. Now, our holiday sale is over, and we are moving the price of our membership back up to its original $2,212 price point, of which you will pay like $1,000, $1,100 down, and then you'll owe the balance in 6 months. But don't freak out, we're not there yet, okay? Because as of tonight, and we are continuing to walk the price of our membership up every single day, but as of tonight, for being on this live stream, you have a chance to get a 43% discount, which brings the price all the way down to just $12.62. That's it. One-time payment, $12.62. That's it. Okay, we are walking the price back up to $22.12. We are not there yet. Okay, and the price you pay today is also the price you pay for life. Understand that. So next year, when it comes time for your membership to renew, and I'm confident you're going to want to renew your membership because we have a renewal rate in the mid-70s, about 75% is our renewal rate, which is like 3 times the industry average. That's what happens when you have successful members that are making money and becoming better traders. They renew their memberships. But when you renew your membership, you're not going to pay $22.12. You will only pay the price you pay today, which is $12.62. You're grandfathering yourself in at that price. All right. So let me just real quick here. What do we got? 20. Okay, that was us. Thank you, Adam. So guys, here's what we're doing. Okay, so tonight, the next 20 people. Okay, this is our last batch of 20 Amazon Kindle Fire HD tablets and Android tablets. Surprisingly, Adam actually tried to get more today and was unsuccessful. So we have this last batch of 20. And then you guys have to sign up just to get educated. But the next 20 people will actually get a free Amazon Kindle Fire HD tablet with your membership upon becoming TeachD certified. You will also get the 43% discount. You will also get 2 small private study groups with one of the pro traders at True Trading Group to get individualized attention, to go over questions and topics that you are struggling with so we can help speed up that learning curve and make sure we can get you guys on the right path. Okay, you just have to go to ttgoffer.com. That's TTGOFFER, ttgoffer.com, and enter the coupon code TTG121. That'll get you the 43% discount, the 2 small private study groups, the brand new Amazon Kindle Fire upon becoming TTG certified, and of course, our money back guarantee. Okay, guys, I told you before that results matter at True Trading Group. Your results matter. Your success matters. We are not just empty words and broken promises. Okay? So here's the deal. We are so confident in our ability to help you guys become successful that we put our money where our mouth is. Anyone that joins True Trading Group with that coupon code, as long as you go through the courses, pass the quizzes, and attend 1 private study group, that is all I ask you to do. Actually utilize the platform you are subscribing to. If you do not make your membership fee back, which is $1,262 here tonight, if you do not make that membership fee back at least once, I will give you all of your money back, plus an additional $500 on top. So you're going to pay $1,262 to join, and if you fail, I'm going to give you back $1,762. I'm dead serious. We have a refund rate since 2017 of 1.78%. And we have never denied anyone of a refund that has requested it. As long as you go through the courses, pass the quizzes, and attend 1 study group, actually put in an effort. If our program still fails you, you'll get all your money back plus $500 if you don't make your membership fee back at least once. Now, I do this because I want everyone who's ever been interested in trying to learn how to take advantage of opportunities in the market. I want you to feel that you do not have this massive boulder of risk in front of you that is going to hold you back. I'm trying to remove the risk as much as we possibly can. Now, the only people that have something to worry about are lazy people. Now, if you're going to be someone that's going to join True Trading Group, you're never going to go through a single course. You're not going to utilize a single tool. You're never going to attend the study group. You're barely going to log into chat, and you're going to message me 3 months from now and be like, you guys suck. I didn't make any money. I want my money back. I'm going to say, sorry, we don't suck. You're just lazy. So if you're one of those people and you know you're going to be lazy, True Trading Group is not for you, folks. There's plenty of other services out there that would gladly take your money and never speak to you ever again. But if you're someone that wants to actually get serious about building a skill that can help you become, or that can help you reach financial goals that you never thought were possible, that can make sure that you guys never have to worry about rising gas prices. Who gives a damn about rising gas prices if you're consistently pulling money out of the market? Who cares about the price of eggs and milk at the store? Okay? If you are serious about learning this skill and you're going to actually put in an effort and put in some work, I'm willing to guarantee your membership price. So much to the point where I'm willing to give you additional $500 back on top of your membership fee. There's not a single other group or service out there that would be willing to do this for you because none of them are as confident in their ability to help you become successful as we are. And it's just that simple. You just have to go to ttgoffer.com and enter the coupon code TTG121. All right. Let me tell you guys real quick.
You're up. I don't know what the fuck just happened.
What?
Oh, sorry. It's my fault.
The one time that we actually want your mic to be muted, it's actually on. Let me tell you guys real quick what is included with your membership because it is an all-inclusive membership. There's no upsells for this stuff. As a member, you're going to get our entire 17-course curriculum. It's a simplified version of what I learned when I worked at the fund. You're going to get our trading performance journal that actually tracks your trading and gives you statistics so you can figure out where you're making mistakes. You got Benzinga Pro's real-time news feed, so you get live breaking up to the second news alerts directly in chat. This news feed alone is partly responsible, folks. This news feed is partly responsible for the 194% gain you got today in SPY put options, because that news feed told me what was in those Fed minutes before even CNBC said it on television. And that allowed me to get myself into the full size of those SPY put options before the market started to tank. Use these tools. Professional traders use them. Therefore, you should use them. They are free with your membership. You don't pay $1 extra for any of this. You also get Quote Media's full book level 2, so you can see all the market makers. TradingView's premium charting software, ETNA's trade simulator that lets you trade stocks and options with fake money so you can practice what you're learning. The Trade Ideas Scanner, which is the industry standard AI software that will always make sure you're focused on the hottest stocks during the day. Of course, you get our chat room where the mods and I share our screen. We're live on the microphone. We're calling out our trades in real time. You can DM us during the day and ask us questions. We're in chat from pre-market till after hours, and we're sporting over an 80% win rate collectively. We're fully transparent. There's a trading journal on our website that tracks every buy and sell that our moderators make. Go check them out for yourself. You also get access to all of our workshops and webinars. We just added options flow and dark pool data as well. You get the 2 small private study groups I told you about to really speed up your learning curve. We have a social sentiment scanner, which tells you what stocks are being talked about on social media. Analyst ratings, insider buying, it's all there for you guys at no additional fee. You pay the $12.62. You literally get access to everything I just said to you for a full year.
Also, real quick, I wanted to show people that are considering signing up or considering getting more info on the checkout page. All right, right here. There is a cool little chat button on the bottom left. After a couple seconds, it'll pop up. If you have any questions whatsoever, you could select chat now or just browsing. Either way, I am standing by. It goes directly to me. Any questions you have. Also, if you are a military veteran or first responder, military veteran, active military, or first responder, shoot me a message there. So you'll come to the page, you'll hit chat now, you'll put in your name, your email, and then you and I can have a conversation. Also, if you have any trouble with anything, let us know, and we can also help you out that way as well. Alternatively, you can also send a text message only, to 201-775-9702. That's 201-775-9702. Text only, do not call. I'm standing by to help any and all people with their questions or any issue they may have at checkout. Thank you.
Boom. There you have it, folks. All right. Okay, guys. So like I said, ttgoffer.com, TTG121 coupon code. All right. So with that being said, it's now time for us to dive into the overall markets and talk about what the hell happened today. Big sell-off today in the overall markets, folks. The SPY down 2%. The Q's down over 3%. The Q's down over 3% in one day. That's huge. Huge. Tech, man. And guys, please go read that report. Okay. Please read the Stock Market 2022 Outlook. It's free for you guys as members and trial members. Adam, should you just show them where they can find that report, please? Just so everyone knows where to download that report. Now, guys, just give Adam 1 second. He's going to show you where on the dashboard you can find the report, because everything that I said in that report so far, the first couple of days of the year, is coming to fruition. And the age-old saying in Wall Street, it's called the January barometer. And it's not 100% sure thing, certainty, but age-old saying, it's the January barometer, and that is that.
There you go. So this is
Adam, let me just finish my sentence. The way that January goes is the way that the rest of the year goes. So what you're starting to see right now in the overall markets with tech selling off like this and seeing strength in leadership in other value areas of the Dow, that is something that you should be paying attention to for the entire year of 2022. And that is exactly what is inside of that market outlook report. Adam will show you guys right now where to find that report for all members.
Yep. So you go to your member dashboard right here. Same is going to be true. Same exact spot for all trial members. You click on announcements and schedule right here, and the report is right here to download. True Trading Group's 2022 stock market outlook, plus the best stocks and top sectors to invest in 2022. Click here to download. You click it. Bing bong. It's right here.
Bing bong. All right, so you guys have it. Okay, so that's where you go to check out that report. Now, let's talk about what happened actually today in the overall markets. All right, so let's recap the trade first. All right, let's recap the trade first, okay? Because the markets today literally did nothing the entire morning. This is the morning. We literally did nothing. The markets literally just went sideways, did absolutely nothing. And all of a sudden, before the Fed meeting, bang, we broke through your initial morning lows. You had a little bit of a, little double bottom here that was trying to hold in play, right? There's your little support, initial morning lows. You see this little support level here. I'll make this line a little bit bigger so it's easier to see for those of you that have a smaller, if you're watching this on your mobile device, and we broke below those initial morning lows. And then we start to flag, okay, we start to flag underneath these lows. Now, this is 1 o'clock, 1:30. At around 1:30 p.m., I came on the microphone and I said to my members in chat, I said, guys, listen, here's the deal. We got the Fed minutes coming out at 2 o'clock. I want to get myself into some put options. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into a tier 1 position on SPY put options. I'm looking at the January 12th expiration 475 strike put. I'm going to get a tier 1. Tier 1, for those that don't know, is a 25% position. It's 25% of your desired size. So if you ever wanted to buy shares of a stock, say you wanted to buy 100 shares of a stock, tier 1 would be 25 shares. Okay. So I entered a tier 1 position on these SPY puts, and I told all of my members very plainly, very clearly on the microphone before I entered this trade, I'm getting put options now, 25% after the Fed minutes are released. If the release is bearish, and there's something hawkish in that release, I'm going to add full position, and we're going to look for the markets to sell off. Guys, my TeachD members, true or false, is that or is that not verbatim exactly what I said before the Fed minutes came out, before I entered the trade? True or false, is that or is that not what I said on the microphone in chat? Now, anyone that's not a member, please look at the amount of people that are saying true, because this is how we trade all day, every day inside True Trading Group. I will come on the microphone. I will share my screen with you. You will see my screen just like you're seeing it now. I will come on the microphone just like you're hearing me speak now, and I will tell you exactly what I'm thinking, exactly what I'm doing. It's very easy for you guys to follow along with my trades. So right here, I went ahead and I bought the January 12th expiration, $475 strike put. And I'll give you guys my exact timestamp on the fill. Where are we? Let's see. And here we go. Okay, at 1:58 p.m., $2.69. $2, and so this is actually a little bit more like here. $2.69 was the entry. All right, $2.69. Then what happens? The Fed minutes come out. The Fed minutes come out, and you get a quick tail to the upside. Quick tail to the upside, and and then all of a sudden, the Benzinga Squawk Box feature starts reading off headlines. The Benzinga Squawk Box feature starts reading out that the possibility of a March rate hike, okay, and more rate hikes is increasing from the Fed minutes. There's talk of the aggressive balance sheet runoff. These are hawkish things coming out of the Fed minutes. The most hawkish, the biggest surprise was the Fed saying that they are in favor of an aggressive balance sheet runoff. Now, that is a new piece of hawkish information that the markets were not expecting today. That's what caught the markets off guard. It was the fact that the Fed said that we are going to be aggressive with our balance sheet runoff. Now, what does that mean? Well, first, once that came out and I got that headline, I added to my position right here. Okay, right there is where I added to a full-size position. And I'll give you that exact stamp on that. Was at 2:04 p.m. So 4 minutes after the minutes are released, I added to the position full size $2.52. $2.52. Now up to a full size position, and the rest is history. We got crushed going into the close. And I just start peeling profits off all along the way. I literally just kept dropping shares or contracts rather as we continued to sell off. I just kept dropping off contracts as we sold off, guys. 310, 384, 535, 741 on that final take profit. And I'm still in a piece of this position. Okay, not a very large piece. I'm still in just over 10% of this original position size, and I'm holding it into tomorrow, looking for a little bit more downside because I believe this is a very hawkish tone from the Fed. Now, hawkish from the Fed means, the term hawkish means the Fed is going to be tightening monetary policy. It is usually bearish for the overall markets. A hawkish Fed typically results in bearish price action in the markets. So it's the fact that the Fed said they're going to be aggressive with the balance sheet runoff. That is what the markets did not like today. Now, what is a balance sheet runoff? Let me explain. The Federal Reserve has been ballooning the balance, okay, of on their balance sheet by buying securities. Okay, they have been buying different assets, treasuries, mortgage-backed securities. They've been buying a whole slew of different assets and securities since the COVID sell-off. All right, since COVID came, that was part of their way to shield the economy from any type of recession or danger thanks to COVID. Now, if you guys have been following my channel for a while, I've explained to you throughout this process about the asset purchase program that the Federal Reserve is tapering the speed of which they are buying these assets. And then you have the rate hikes. Then you have the balance sheet runoff. These are all different things. A balance sheet runoff is when the Federal Reserve starts selling some of the assets that they had been buying so they can reduce the balance of their balance sheet. Their balance sheet has ballooned to record all-time high levels because of the amount of buying that they've done throughout the COVID pandemic to stabilize the credit markets and to shield the economy from a recession. So they have announced in November that they're going to slow down the rate of the taper, or they're going to slow down the asset purchase program, and therefore they're going to start to speed up the taper. Okay, they announced in December they're going to actually speed up the taper, which is the amount of which they are decreasing their buying, so that they'll be actually they're buying $120 billion a month of different assets and securities. In November, they announced they're going to slow that down by $15 billion a month, go from 120 to 95, from 95 to 80, and so on and so on. Then in December, they announced that they're actually going to speed up the amount of decrease. So they're probably going to be done with their taper by March. But now they're talking about aggressively starting to, it's one thing to stop buying assets. It's another for them to actually start selling those assets. So you can do a balance sheet runoff by either selling the assets that they bought or not reinvesting in these securities at maturity. Okay. And that's how they're going to allow their balance sheet balance to run off and start to reduce the size of the Fed's balance sheet over time. We had not discussed that in the November or December Fed meeting. It was all about the taper and it was all about rate hikes. This is a new piece of information that the market was not ready for. And what this is telling the markets is that the Fed is getting very aggressive. And if the Fed is going to get very aggressive, then that's going to pull forward the likelihood of us getting more rate hikes this year than the Fed initially said. In November, the Fed said that we were going to, in December, right here, I'll show you guys on the chart, this day, the Fed said we're going to raise rates 3 times next year, and we're going to finish the year at 0.9%. And the markets like that because that's very slow. It's a very slow and conservative rate hike. That's the Fed not being aggressive. Today, that changed. Today, the Fed is being very aggressive, not conservative. And the more aggressive the Fed gets, the more worried the markets will be. Austin, welcome to the TTG family. Everybody give Austin a big warm welcome. There are now just 19 of those tablets left. You guys can go to ttgoffer.com. Remember, coupon code TTG121, and that'll get you the 43% discount before the price goes up tomorrow. It'll get you the 2 small private study groups for the pro trader from TTG. It'll get you the free Amazon Kindle Fire once you become TTG certified, and you get the money back guarantee plus $500 on top extra if you guys fail to make back your membership fee at least once after going through the courses, passing the quizzes, and attending one study group. All right. Again, ttgoffer.com, TTG121. Okay. So the fact that the Fed is now in favor of an aggressive balance sheet runoff, it's making the markets believe that the Fed is going to be more aggressive in general. Will Ponce just signed up last night. Will Ponce, what do you think about the program so far, Will? I just see Will Ponce commented a couple minutes ago that he just signed up last night. Will, I'm curious to see what your thoughts were today after signing up just last night. Will, your timing was impeccable. Your timing was impeccable. Congratulations on catching in on some of the action from today. But don't worry about it, folks. If you guys missed out on today's action, it's literally the 3rd trading day of the year. There's going to be a lot more of this. It's going to be a lot more of this. Okay. The Fed being more aggressive in their monetary policy tightening worried the markets today. And this is the type of push-pull that the markets are going to have to weigh going forward. This is not going anywhere. This volatility is not going to change. The Fed is going to be here all year long talking about rate hikes and monetary policy tightening, all while you're going to have COVID, new variant found in France. Oh, here we go. New variant in France now that was announced just a couple of days ago that has like 42 mutations or something, more mutations on this strain than Omicron had. So we'll see what that turns into. But you're going to have inflation, rate hikes, balance sheet runoff. Okay, all of this in the face of what is a very strong economy as the economy reopens and the unemployment claims are at record lows. The markets are going to have to balance this information all year long, and that's going to create tremendous volatility and very large size moves in the overall market, like I've been telling you to expect this year. That's why I think this is going to be the year of the active trader, and this is going to be a banner year for myself and for the TTG family. And I just hope you guys are motivated enough and excited enough to actually, go through the education and become part of the family and take advantage of the opportunities that present themselves. I know Ron's going to be part of it. Welcome, Ron. Newest member of the TTG family. Everybody welcome Ron. 18 tablets left. Ron, welcome to the TTG family. 18 tablets left. Right? Don't try to navigate this volatility on your own. It's very important that you have a good understanding of what are the macro. Oh, wow, Ron, thank you for your service, brother. Ron is a Marine Corps veteran, folks. Ron, thank you for your service. And any other military, active, retired, or family members of them that are on this live stream, thank you for your service. Guys, if you guys know me, I'm very passionate about our military men and women. So, Ron, thank you for your service. It's an honor to have you part of the TTG family, brother. I look forward to trading with you for years to come, my man. All right. So there you guys have that. All right. So get excited for this. All right. That's 194% gain on those SPY put options today. I'm still in some of them. And we'll see if I get some more downside tomorrow. We're going to look for that 50-day moving average. We're going to look for 465, 466 tomorrow, and we'll see if we get it. All right, we'll see if we get some of that move to the downside. If we get 465 tomorrow, that'll put these contracts at probably, I don't know, $12. That'll put these contracts at $12. If we get 465 tomorrow, it's going to be insane. From a $2.52 entry, this is what you can expect in 2022. Get educated now, folks. Don't wait for the markets to sell off like you did back in 2020. Don't wait for the market to sell off and then be like, oh, wait a second, maybe I should figure out what's going on. Figure out what's going on now. Get educated to take advantage of this volatility now so that you can actually profit from the downside. And in the meantime, download the report for 2022 and for the how to invest in the metaverse. All that stuff's included. All right. So there you have it, folks. So there's today's action.
What happens tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I think we have more downside. Tomorrow, I think you're going to have, I think we have a little bit of a gap down tomorrow. I think I'm looking for a gap down to 465, 466. And then I expect some buying pressure to come in off the gap down. And I think the buying pressure takes us back to today's lows, back to like 468 or so, 469. And then I think we close around 468, 467. So I think there's a little more downside tomorrow, and I plan on taking my final profits off the table tomorrow. I mean, that's as specific as I can possibly get with what I think happens tomorrow, folks. All right. So there you guys have it. Okay. So guys, what I'd like to actually see.
Wait 1 second. Does anyone have any questions about anything Mike just went over? Does anyone have any questions about anything Mike just went over? That was a lot of information. It's important to us on these live streams that you guys get value, that you understand what's happening. Does anybody have any questions? Mike, do you think you see a bounce after 465 on the SPY?
Yeah, but not a bounce that's going to take you back to all-time highs. I think it'll be a small bounce. I'm not expecting 465 and then back to all-time highs. I think you're going to get a little bit more of a rocky volatility road here with this new piece of information coming out from the Fed.
Got it. Mike, do you recommend a new entry on puts tomorrow?
Not necessarily, because if the markets do what I think they're going to do, the easy move to the downside will be over because you have the huge move down today. And if we gap down tomorrow, you won't have an opportunity to get into puts if we get a gap down. Because I think if we gap down, I think you actually bounce off that gap down. And then I would just you got to sit back because I plan on, if we gap down tomorrow, I'm taking profits in the morning. Okay. So just so everybody's clear, you all understand my game plan. If we gap down tomorrow, I will take profits within the first hour of the day. All right. My final profits will be off the table in the first hour of the day if we gap down tomorrow. Okay. So I'm not going to tell you ever to get into a trade when I'm getting out of it. I will always tell you exactly what I am doing, and I will therefore never suggest that anyone does something that is the opposite of what I'm doing. Because if I thought that tomorrow was a great chance for you to buy put options, I wouldn't be telling you that I'm taking profits tomorrow. I would say I'm buying more tomorrow, but I'm not doing that. But I do think there's more downside. I do think there's more downside. I just think that entering the, wow, we just broke 468 right now as we're talking. We just took another leg lower right there as we're talking. We just took another little bloop, right? So another little leg lower, nothing crazy, but we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Mike, Onyx745 says, isn't tapering good then? If they have been buying assets to protect us from a recession, isn't selling good, meaning we aren't heading into a recession, and probably a silly question. Not a silly question.
It's not a silly question at all. No, that's actually a very, very good question. And that's why, okay, so to your point, that's why the markets did this. Okay, that's why the markets went to all-time highs even after the Fed told us they were going to be tapering. Because tapering is not a bad thing. It means that the Fed is saying, hey, you know what? We did our job. The economy is strong enough. We don't need to buy assets anymore. We can stop. That's why the markets went higher, right? That's why we went higher here. That's why we went high. Like the market still made new all-time highs even after the Fed told everyone we're going to stop buying assets. The markets went to all-time highs after they said that. Wow, the markets are still trading lower right now. Now we're 467.70. So we are dropping a little bit right now. Like I said, we'll see if 467.60. All right, so these options are going to print tomorrow if this holds up. If this continues over the overnight session, these options will print, boy. I mean, they're already printed. We're already up 200%, but we might be looking at a 300%, 400%, depending on what happens tomorrow. But anyway, it's the fact that the Fed is doing things quickly. The markets would have no problem if the Fed tapered and raised rates slowly. The markets would have no problem with that. It's the speed of which the Fed is tapering, raising rates, and now balance sheet runoff. The reason why this is also problematic is because the faster the Fed goes, the more that's telling the market that the Fed is behind the curve on inflation. If the Fed believes that they're still ahead of inflation, they can do all these things very slowly. The fact that the Fed is being more aggressive and is speeding up, that is a warning sign to the market that the Fed may have overstayed their welcome in the market or economic stimulus plan. They were buying assets for too long. They kept rates, they kept all that stimulus going for too long. And that's what an aggressive tone from the Fed is going to signal to the market. And that's why you're getting such a drastic move to the downside today. All right. So there you have it, folks. All right. So that's it. Let me see who's still with us right now, guys. Who's still with us? If you're not a member of True Trading Group and you're still on the live stream, do me a favor, type the letters TTG in chat right now. Type the letters TTG if you are not a member of True Trading Group. We got Joshua, we got Islam, Eugene Fox, KC, Jason R, Vlad, Nate Welbeck, Mark Mayfield, retired CB, Timothy Millsack, Gerolf Hofstad, Kathy. We got a trial member. What's up? Claudia LeQuinn, Christina Ahmed, Ziz Kiz, Sky Guy, Curtis, Billy Martin, Enray, Mel Thomas, Freaking the Geek, Alex, Maurizio, Tammy, HM, beautiful guys. Duff Beers, the MetaTrader, beautiful. Yes, Bobby Preston, there is a trial. Yes, there is a trial, folks. You can go to ttgthree.com. Again, that's ttgthree.com. It's only $3. There's no auto renew. There's no reoccurring payment. It's just a one-time payment of $3. Make sure you're a real person. And you'll get access to the TCD platform for a full week. Try us out. See if TCD is right for you. You'll also get access to my Stock Market Outlook 2022 report, as well as my top sectors and top picks for 2022, as well as a report on 101 ways to invest in the metaverse. That's included, guys.
Mike, earlier in the stream, there was somebody, I believe Daryl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what they said that they did?
Turn like $500 into 90 grand in like 2 years.
1 year and 7 months, actually. Remember how I said to send me a text message?
Yeah.
Well, he did.
Awesome.
And I'm going to give you the username, and then I think you may remember actually seeing a screenshot of his account.
Uh-huh.
Sultan of Swing. He said, so what he is saying, I'm messaging him right now, okay? He says that 5 to 6 months ago, he sent you a picture of his Robinhood account on Twitter. That he did, his exact thing that he said is that he used $500 trading crypto and options. At the beginning, going through our courses before us, he was just guessing, but after he joined, he started with $500. He went through, he went through the courses and started trading crypto and options based on the options that you would trade.
Mm-hmm.
And then fast forward 1 year and 7 months later, without adding any cash, it's true.
Wow.
What I am going to do is I am going to see if I can get him on the live stream to not tonight, but another night this week.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Actually walk through all that.
That'd be great. I think that would be really helpful for a lot of viewers.
Yeah, because it is true.
That's fantastic.
Now granted, some of the crypto stuff was like getting Ethereum in the hundreds.
Right.
To be fair.
Yeah.
Okay. So, look, that type of opportunity is not common, right? You're not going to buy something for several $100s and have it go to several thousands of dollars, right? But that is, that's part of his story. Okay. So it's not like he took 500, and I'm just being 100% transparent. And look, yes, the trial member includes all of Mike's alerts, but also all the other mods alerts as well. If you're on here and you type TTG, if you don't sign up for the trial, I don't know what's wrong with you.
Yeah.
It's literally $3. There's no auto renew. You have nothing to lose. It's a full 7 days. You will not lose time for the weekend. You'll just continue to get the time next week as well. All right. Don't be foolish. It's $3. All right. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get him on.
Yeah.
The thing is that when somebody says something, look, we're all for people telling us what they did, oh, you turned X into Y, right? But when somebody says I turned $500 into 90 grand, right? Look, we're not on here just to pat ourselves on the back blindly either. We want to confirm these things. Not calling anyone a liar, but if something so outlandish is said, we want to be able to back that up. And that's what we did tonight. And I know this person, and I'm fairly confident that this is legit, and I will keep you all updated. And I'd love to get this person on the stream this week.
Yeah, that'd be nice if we can get him on. I think that would be something a lot of people would love to hear about, how he did it, and some little tips maybe he can share.
Yep.
Awesome. Beautiful. All right, guys. Well, that kind of wraps up the educational side of everything here tonight, and I hope that this was helpful. Hope you guys have a better understanding of what happened in the Fed minutes and why it's hawkish, and what that meant for the markets, and have a better idea of the macro, bigger picture. And congratulations again to all my members that profited from this trade with me today. You guys can sound off again in chat if you guys made money on this trade today. I just love to see when the whole team hits. I love to see it. I really do. And I'm proud of you guys, and I'm happy that we were able to take advantage of this action. And I'm just more pleased that everything that I've been saying for the last 1 to 2 weeks so far is coming to fruition. And I can't do anything else aside from come on these live streams every single night. I come on these live streams, I tell you guys what's going to happen. And then, you have to watch me a couple days later, tell you, hey, I told you this was going to happen. Get your butts in chat, guys. I've been doing this for 17 years. This isn't my first rodeo. Get your butts in chat. Don't try to trade through this volatility on your own. I think you're going to get very large moves in the markets this year. You're going to get multiple days of, 8 to 12 point moves in the SPY, 800 to 1200 point moves in the Dow. I think you're going to get this type of action this year. 3% move in the Qs. Are you nuts? 3%. I don't know if you guys even understand how big of a move 3% is for the NASDAQ. 3% for any index is a huge move. And we already did it the third day of the year. I have a feeling it's going to be a lot more days like that. Up and down, both ways. I'm not sounding the alarm of the world is ending crash, but I am sounding the alarm that you better buckle up for volatility. Okay, I do expect 10% corrections in the market this year. I don't think you're going to go the whole year with only a 4 to 5% pullback like you saw last year. You're going to get deeper pullbacks this year. With those deeper pullbacks will come higher bounces. And we're going to rip this thing to shreds every single step of the way. Whether the markets are up, down, left, right, sideways, I don't give a damn. We're going to make money on the way up, on the way down. And then when the dust settles and the markets pull back, I'm going to take that profit and I'm going to start to cherry pick the stocks that I like in my long-term portfolio. And I'll tell you guys what those stocks are and when I buy them. I expect 2020 to be the year of the active trader. I've been saying it for 2 weeks now. And so far, we're right. Got a long way to go, but I like what I'm seeing so far. Let me explain to you guys and show you the Teachy platform now. I want to show you what it actually looks like, show you the tools and resources you have access to. Because when you join True Trading Group, you have access to all of it. It's all inclusive. There's no upsells for this stuff. Okay? Of course, you get our chat room where the mods and I share our screen with you. We're live on the microphone. We're calling out our trades in real time. You can send us DMs throughout the course of the day and ask us questions. We're there with you from pre-market till after hours. We're sporting over an 80% win rate collectively. We have a journal on the site that tracks every buy and sell that our moderators make, so you can see for yourself how would you be performing if you followed our alerts. They're on the site. Go check them out. We're fully transparent in True Trading Group. The wins, the losses, they're all there. You're also going to get the 2 small private study groups. This is your chance to get individual attention from a TGD Pro trader, so you can ask questions and go over topics that you're having a hard time with, so we can speed up the learning curve and make sure you're on the right path to success. And then the Benzinga Pro newsfeed with the Squawk Box feature. This is partly responsible for the 194% gain that so many of you enjoyed today, because having the Squawk Box feature on, you can actually listen as somebody reads news headlines to you over the mic, and you can listen as the news comes across the wire. You also have the regular news feed as news comes out across the wire without delay. You're going to get fired that news feed. You're going to get the news at the same speed as the professionals. No more relying on delayed news feeds. This is included with your membership when you pay $12.62. There is no upsell for any of this stuff. You also get Trading Views charting software. One of the most commonly used charting softwares by active traders. Free with your membership. Trade Ideas Scanner. The industry standard, this AI stock market analysis software streams live on the Teachy platform. So you know what stocks are making new highs, new lows, which ones have a surge in volume, and it's broken up into small caps, mid caps, and large caps. So no matter what you trade, we make sure you focus on the best stocks during the day. You also have our simulator. You can practice trading stocks and options with fake money, with real-time data. Don't risk $1 of your hard-earned money. All this is included with your membership. You have our own proprietary scanner. Has the same functionality as FinViz Elite. Also helps you scan crypto as well. We've added real-time dark pool data, unusual options activity, options flow. This stuff used to only be available to professionals. Now it's at the fingertips of TTG members. This is how we empower the retail trader, give you access to tools and resources that can help you make better informed decisions. Then you have a trading performance journal that's a game changer. This will track all of your trading and give you statistics and data so you can see where you're making mistakes, so we know what to fix, so we know how to improve. Our social sentiment scanner will tell you what stocks are being talked about the most on StockTwits, Reddit, and Twitter. That's how we make sure you're always ahead of the curve. Okay. You also get our stock profile tool. Stock profile tool will actually show you analyst ratings for any stock that you choose. Wouldn't it be nice before you buy a stock to check and see how many analysts agree with you that then have a buy rating on the stock? What are their price targets? Wouldn't that be nice? Hello, TTG. I would like to know if you trade live with your group. I think I learn more by watching. Yes, every single day live inside of our chat room, myself and the other professional traders in True Trading Group, we share our screen with everyone. We are on the microphone telling everyone what we're doing before we actually do it. And notifications get sent out in chat when our orders execute. We trade live every single day with our entire TTG family. My TTG family, you guys can maybe comment, do we actually trade live with all of our members throughout the course of the trading session? You guys can comment in chat yes or no to help anyone that has that question. In addition to the analyst ratings, you're going to get our watch list and our game plan every day. You'll know exactly what the pro traders at True Trading Group have their eyes on and how we intend on trading those stocks before the market opens, so we can make sure that you know exactly where to focus your attention. I joined last night and I'm doing the courses which are comparable to college level courses. Don't hesitate. You won't be disappointed. Amen. Guys, the education you're receiving as a member of True Trading Group, remember, is a simplified and expanded upon version of what I learned when I worked at the fund. Get ready to learn. Then you have access to all of our courses, speaking of which. Okay, there's beginner and foundation courses for those that are new. There's advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto. It's all in text and video format, whichever is easier for you to all to learn. There are no special courses that cost more money once you join. You have access to every single course as a member once you join. You also have, in addition to the courses, our video library. The video library has over 200 hours of additional educational video content. These are workshops and webinars that we have conducted covering a variety of different topics, like how to grow a small account, how to trade while working a full-time job. These are all available to you as a member. And then you could attend all these workshops live. We have a blog and a forum where you guys can get insight, tips, market commentary, trade ideas. And then, of course, any new courses and tools we add to the platform, you have access to. You don't pay $1 extra for any of it, folks. There's only 18 of those tablets left. Okay, you have up until midnight Pacific tonight to claim your tablet before the price goes up. Go to ttgoffer.com. Use the coupon code TTG121. You will get a 43% discount. You'll get a brand new Amazon Kindle Fire HD tablet upon becoming TTG certified. You'll also get those 2 small private study groups with a pro trader, and the most important, money back guarantee, plus an extra $500 on top. I'm so confident in our ability to help you succeed that I'm willing to lose money if you fail. Nobody else in this industry would do that because they're not as confident in their ability to help you succeed. It's just that simple. And starting Monday, we have one of our pro traders, Jason, the Professor Simmons, is actually going to be starting a small account challenge. Jason Simmons is going to start with $1,000 in his account. He's going to grow that up to over 25K, and he's going to show you guys how he's going to do it. And he's going to alert all of his trades in doing so. So for those of you with small accounts, you'll be joining just in time to follow Jason Simmons with the small account challenge. All right. Folks, we're also 5-star rated on Trustpilot. I welcome and encourage and invite you all to read the good, the bad, the ugly. Read all the reviews. Read the 5 stars, read the 1 stars. You make a decision. 1,400 people have taken time out of their day to leave us a review on Trustpilot. Go read them. Go read them. All right. And of course, you have that trial. Don't forget about the trial, guys. ttgthree.com. You can join us for 1 full week in chat. It's only $3. No auto renew, no recurring payment, just a one-time fee of $3. Make sure you're a real person. And you'll get the stock market outlook for 2022 report, and you'll get the how to invest in the metaverse report as well. All right. That's it, folks. Thanks for joining me tonight. Congrats again to those that crushed it with that SPY call today, or SPY puts, SPY call on the puts, I guess. Big time for celebration. I'm going to celebrate tonight. I'm actually going to bust open the 18-year Macallan tonight. I'm going to sip on the 18-year Macallan because tonight's trade in the SPY is worth it. All right. I'll see you guys all in chat tomorrow. Congratulations again. Guys, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, smash that like button if you haven't done so already. I will see you all in chat tomorrow. Later, guys.